11 days ago on my last video, I said, get your funds off of FTX. Today, let's see what happened. FTX was vaporized. It looked really, really fishy to me. Kept talking about how they were going to save all these other companies, Celsius, Voyager. They were going to buy Coinbase. It was like, you're new here, buddy. I don't think you know how bad this is going to get. So one wrong move, vaporized. I guess withdrawals were shut down for FTX. The token price has crashed. Now we're capitulating. Another Bart Simpson pattern. Called it 11 days ago. So over time I've called some of these, but again, we can't be like FTX. We can't get cocky. Yeah, I could flex a little bit and say, hey, I called that, or look back at this previous video where I said this and that. I'm not always right, guys. Nobody is, but I'm right more than I'm wrong. Now, that being said, it becomes too realistic for people. They don't want to hear it. See my subscriber count. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear how bad the economy's getting. They don't want to hear the pain that they're going to feel in the crypto market. They want somebody to tell them a nice little bedtime story. Everything's going to be okay. Bitcoin's going to go to 100K soon. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm not here to just paint dreams. I'm here doing the work. I'm out here doing a workout. Grind never stops. Got this scar on my arm. Can't even see it. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm scarred up out here. It's rough. Keep training. Keep going at it. So what's the next word of advice? Get your funds off of Binance. Because now they're getting too cocky. They're taking on too much. They're biting too much more than they can chew. So more of the story is we get these little wins per se, or we avoid the losses. That's a lot of it. You get out stuff you don't feel comfortable with. Maybe you don't understand the NFT market. Maybe you don't understand, maybe you don't want to dabble in the altcoins. Maybe you don't understand DeFi. Still make money. There's thousands of ways to make money in crypto, guys. You just have to kind of pick your niche. A lot of it's timing. Really what it boils down to is the timing. And sometimes we have to exercise some patience. There's been some pumps here recently. And some of you guys probably watched my video from 11 days ago and said, what's he talking about, these Bart Simpson patterns? It looks like this thing's ready to pop. Well, Brian, it would have if FTX wouldn't have done this or that. No, I called that too. And you can look back at my last video and you can listen to the second half. Hear what I said about FTX. I said a Bart Simpson pattern is coming, and it came. I said FTX looks fishy, get your funds off. Sure enough, they collapsed. So it's not going to be that quick that things are going to happen. And as far as these lows are concerned, we're going to have to wait a while. We could have to wait a couple months, or we could have some major capitulations in 2023. Things are going to get rough. Just have to double down. We have to kind of see where we're at. Some stuff does, it does look enticing, but it's going to be a long road. There's going to be a lot of pain in these long tails. It's just what it is. There's some exciting things happening. Now I'll dive back in and look at some of the DeFi stuff, or some of the new kind of elements of what's going on some of these different platforms. And it's interesting, it's enticing, but at the same time, consider it a trick to get your Bitcoin, to get your Ethereum, so on and so forth. Now, in some of the other news, obviously we had Hex. There's a rumor out there that the SEC is investigating some of these promoters of Hex and Pulse Chain. And obviously the SEC, they ended up defeating Library. If you guys know the Odyssey platform with the Library token, I guess they defeated them, that it was an unregistered security or something. And the XRP thing still continues. I just think that a judge is going to be scared and be hard to rule against the SEC. That is one of the things, but we do hope that, even though it's never a huge proponent of XRP or Ripple Labs, didn't really fit, but hopefully it will win, because I think that if a win could help out the rest of the crypto market. Now, are there scams and there's fraudulent stuff and everything, yes, but we're self-regulated. That's one of the reasons. That's why someone like myself is here telling you get your funds off FTX. Self-regulated there, guys. And again, I don't want to toot my own horn because that's about the time I get myself in trouble. I've been fortunate enough that I'm looking for wood right now, and I'm not seeing anything because I was going to say something. I was going to jinx myself. That being said, guys, stay pertinent. Not your keys, not your crypto. And we don't know how long it's going to be tied up. And this actually convolutes the whole Celsius deal. Because if FTX was going to quote unquote save Celsius or save Voyager, save these other entities, those people's funds are tied up. Now FTX cannot save them. They have to be saved. It's that much longer, that much more pain for the people that were on Celsius, you know, on Voyager, all this kind of stuff. So that being said, people will throw billions at those guys. You have to ask yourself, who knows more about crypto? These guys, you know, that maybe there's somebody out there with 300 subscribers on YouTube that actually knows way more than me and knows way more than these guys that have billions of dollars thrown at them. So investors like to invest in the dream. I don't sell you the dream. So maybe I should do some clickbaity thumbnails. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be next, guys. But that being said, I think we're going to have some major capitulation, major fallout from that FTX thing, because if you saw, a lot of the umpires in the MLB were wearing FTX things. I think FTX, I think they're the title sponsor of the Orlando Magic Arena. I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's the Miami Heats. So they have a lot. What I'm trying to say is they had a lot of big deals going, a lot of sponsorships, a lot of big deals. A lot of that stuff is probably going to get vaporized. And here's the issue with Binance. He has his hand in the Twitter deal. He has his hand in this FTX deal. The economy, not looking good. Not looking good, guys. And there's a lot of fraudulent information out there, in my opinion, of what's kind of happening and what's going to end up happening. And a lot of people don't realize as bad as it is. And so, you know, don't hold it against it that Binance might run into trouble as well, trying to get their hands in too many deals. Sometimes they're able to circumvent it. You know, a guy like Elon Musk has been able to get his hand in various different deals, keep going. People believe in him, people keep investing in him, and he keeps being able to perpetuate his success, and maybe CZ is able to do the same. Let's hope for everybody's benefit that they are able to save FTX and nobody's funds are lost, and they can hopefully rectify the Celsius situation and get out of this for you know, the safety of everybody's funds. I want their funds to be safe-oo. So that being said, guys, hopefully you did not have stuff on FTX. Hopefully you saw my last video and heed my warning. This is not going to be the last major exchange. We don't know how many of these exchanges are insolvent. We don't know how many of these banks are on their last breath. Only keep enough in the banks to keep the money flowing. You know, you don't want to keep all your money in the banks. You don't want to keep your money completely on the exchanges. You don't want to have all your money on one particular blockchain. I've talked about this before. The Binance Smart Chain is shut down before to secure funds that were being hacked out of a bridge, these kind of things, when they can shut the whole thing down. Who's to say a government entity is not going to shut it down? You don't want all your eggs in one basket. And seems cliche, but today is just another heartfelt lesson. Hopefully you guys are safe out there, just getting a workout in, soaking up this sun, and we will see you in the next video. Follow me on all social media, at Brian Phobos, YouTube, Instagram, Steam, at Twitter, Hive, DTube, and like this video, and please subscribe. This is Alpha.